discuss about a static converter and the associated troubles with the static converter and their troubleshooting. Static converter, the name itself implies it is a static device, and it is a converter which converts single phase AC into three phase AC. Now let us see how it works. Its duty is to convert single phase AC into three phase AC, just like Arno. Arno is replaced with a static converter, and static converter functions the same as that of Arno. It is a static device which consists of a rectifier, IGBT based inverter, and a DC link will be there to store the DC energy. So this is the circuit, power circuit of auxiliary power circuit. As soon as the main transformer gets supply, the auxiliary transformer also gets supply. But here in the static converter locus, an extra winding is provided with the A7, A7 and A8 terminals. Normally A0 and A1 terminals were provided for Arno, and here another winding is taken with the names, with the terminal names as A7 and A8. So both put together will produce 830 volts of single phase AC supply, which is given to a rectifier. The duty of the rectifier is to convert AC into DC. It converts 830 volts into DC supply, and the DC supply is stored in the DC link, whose capacity is to store 650 volts of DC supply. Now this DC supply is given to the inverter, and the function of the inverter is to convert DC supply into three phase AC supply on the principle of IGBT, that is insulated gate bipolar transistors. Here, to start this inverter, there are certain conditions to be fulfilled. Those conditions are: DJ shall be closed, and one protective fuse is provided inside the LT circuit of inverter, that is called CCINV, and the remaining part is same as that of an Arno. IGBT gives supply to all static loads. It gives supply to all static loads like cab heaters, cab fans, DC-DC converter, battery charger, etc. And as soon as the DJ is closed and inverter gives supply into 5 direct auxiliary motors, they are MVSI1, MVSI2, MVSL1, MVSL2 and MPH. And after closing BLCP, 3 compressors will start, and after closing BLVMT, 3 blower motors will start after closing their EM contactors. The remaining function is same like that of an Arno, there is no change. Whenever there is any short circuit or earth fault, either in the static converter or in the auxiliary devices. So you can see, whenever any earth fault or short circuit takes place in the auxiliary power circuit or in SIV, it may be in SIV or it may be outside the SIV, QCIT energizes and it causes tripping of DJ by opening its normally closed interlock on empty DJ patch. This QCIT energization may be permanent or intermittent or frequent, just like our QOA. So generally we can say that QCIT functions does the same work as that of QOA and QLA put together in Arno loco. Now whenever QCIT is energized because of any problem either in the auxiliary power circuit or in the static converter, LSSAT lamp glows on LP desk in both gaps. And the duty of loco pilot whenever DJ is tripped with the glowing of LSSAT or with a relay target dropping in the relay panel, the loco pilot has to go to the static inverter panel and he should check for any internal fault lamp glowing or external fault lamp glowing or OEC out of range lamp glowing. So, the reason for internal fault lamp is due to defect in the static converter and hence requires troubleshooting for static converter only. If internal fault is glowing, internal fault lamp is glowing, it means the problem is inside the static converter or its associated devices. Then he has to troubleshoot for static converter only. And if external fault lamp glows, that may be due to earth fault or short circuit in the auxiliary power circuit equipment, and it requires troubleshooting for auxiliary power circuit equipment. Now let us see how to troubleshoot for internal fault lamp glowing. The loco pilot is working a train, DJ is tripped and found LSSAT glowing on LP desk or relay target dropped in the relay panel. Now the loco pilot enters into the corridor, checks the static converter and he finds internal fault lamp is glowing. Then the duty of the loco pilot is to check for any smoke, smell or fire in the static converter or in the auxiliary power circuit. If he finds any abnormality, that is fire or smoke, then he should use fire extinguishers, isolate the affected load and work with precautions. And if abnormality is not there, he should check for any message displayed on the SIV screen. On the SIV screen, display unit is provided. He should check for any message. If no message is displayed, he should reset SIV by pressing reset SIV button till LSSAT lamps extinguishes, and he should work further. If he finds fan fault is displayed, on the display screen, and if MCB is available on the display screen, he should check for that MCB, and if MCB is stripped, if it is available on the SIV unit, and if it is stripped, reset it, and he can work further after closing DJ and he can resume traction. If there is no MCB available outside, then he should contact PLC for assistance. Second point is, if any over temperature fault is displayed on the display screen, inform to TLC, wait for 10 minutes, reset SIV, try to close DJ and work further. If not succeeded, he can contact TLC for any assistance. And if other than these messages are displayed, the loco pilot duty is to press SIV reset button till LSSAT lamp glow extinguishes and close VGB. If not successful, close IP cutout cord, keep HBA on 0 position, wait for 3 minutes and can switch on HBA and try to work the train. Here the thing is, the only concept is, whenever internal fault lamp is glowing, first you should check for any fan fault, and if MCB is tripped, reset it and work further after resetting SIV unit also. If fan MCB is not tripped, then you should check the message. If he finds any over temperature message on the display screen, he should wait for 10 minutes. After that, reset SIV, close DJ and resume traction. If no message is displayed, Try to press SIV reset button. If unsuccessful, close IP cathode cock, keep HBA on 0, wait for 3 minutes, then normalize the loco, that is open IP cathode cock, close DJ and resume traction. If still he is unable to find out or unable to close the DJ or reset the SIV, and you should try to isolate one by one loads. If still not succeeded, then contact a TLC for any assistance. So whole concept is only 3 points: fan fault, over temperature, and keep HBA on 0. Now we will troubleshoot for external fault lamp glowing. If external fault lamp is glowing, LocoPilot shall check for any smoke, smell or fire in the SIV or in the auxiliary power circuit equipment. If any abnormality is found, use fire extinguisher, extinguish the fire, then isolate the defective load and work further with precautions. If abnormality is not there, then check the message displayed on the SIV screen. That is, the first duty of the LocoPilot is to check the auxiliary power circuit equipment, then check the display unit and check for any message on the display unit. If earth fault message is displayed on the screen earth fault message has come, then the LocoPilot duty is to keep HSIV on 0, reset SIV by pressing reset button, and press earth fault bypass button on the SIV panel and clear block section or work for a maximum of 45 minutes. So straight away you can troubleshoot straight away, since problem is with the earth fault which is depicted, which is shown on the display screen. Add a resistance RSIV by keeping HSIV on 0, reset the SIV button. Now you can clear block section or work for a maximum of 45 minutes only. After clearing block section, normalize HSIV and isolate one by one auxiliary motors to find out the defective auxiliary motor and work with isolate it and then work with precautions. If other than earth fault message is displayed on the SIV, some other message has come, then the LocoPilot has to first keep HREAVT on 0, thereby LocoPilot is isolating cab heaters, cab fans, walkie-talkie charger and notch repeater, which are called as static loads. Reset SIV, close DJ if successful. If unsuccessful, isolate the direct motors one by one and try to reset SIV. If still unsuccessful, that is after isolating the direct motors also, if LocoPilot is unable to reset the SIV, then he has to keep HSIV on 0 and work with the precautions according to the TLC advice. That is, first LocoPilot has isolated static loads, then the LocoPilot has isolated direct motors just like QOA or QLA in the Arno Loco, and if QCT is reset. Now after resetting SIV, LocoPilot could close DJ, and while closing DJ nothing happened. Now close BLCP. After closing BLCP, if external fault lamp is glowing, trouble may be with any one of the MCP. Find out the defective MCP on trial basis and isolate it. After closing DJ and after closing BLCP, nothing has happened. Now close BLBMT. If after closing BLBMT external fault lamp is glowing, that means there may be earth fault or short circuit in either MVMT1 or MVMT2 or MVRH. Find out the defective auxiliary motor, isolate it and work according to the precautions. If load and road doesn't permit, then contact the TLC. Since if for MVMT1 or MVMT2, we will be isolating one truck, and for MVRH, we will be following the current restrictions. or we will be working within only 5 notches. Now we will see how to troubleshoot for OHE out of range lamp glows. So on DJ is tripped and Locopilot has found OHE out of range lamp glowing on the static inverter. Then the Locopilot has to wait for 5 minutes for OHE voltage to become normal and then resume traction. If OHE voltage doesn't normalize, inform to TLC and work as per his instructions. Thank you.